Okay, today I'm just going to make another quick little video. I've got a board I want to get straight and square because I'm going to maybe join it to another board. I just recently glued up about 10 panels and I went through this. My outside side here is my established straight and square face, which you can't see on the camera. So I'll be running my tri-square off this as I straighten it up. So the first thing I'm going to do is just take my plane and sort of straighten the board out. It has a bit of a hump there from the knot and clean the board up. Now, once I've gotten all the marks off it and I kind of see what I'm doing, I run my tri-square down and I look at it. I'm a little bit low on that side, so I need to keep my plane clean. So I need to lower the side here where my thumb is. So my first little tip is, instead of just trying to tip the plane, you move the plane until part of your plane is not cutting. It doesn't matter what kind of a plane you're using, whether it's a high angle or whatever, but it works for it the same way. And then use your finger as kind of a fence and run it slightly off. As you can see, I'm taking a very narrow shaving and it's taking that high spot off, but it's running on the part that's closer to the level I want. Now, once I've done that a little bit, I'll check it. I should be a little bit high in the middle if I did it right. Yeah, pretty close. Now I'll back off a tiny bit. And I'll just take a shaving down the middle. And if I did it right, I'll go right down the middle and I ought to be real close to square. And for once being on camera, I got it. Okay, so that's my tip number one. Now, tip number two, and I got to look at this, and most woodworkers I've worked with, and I'm no different, even after doing this most of my life, whenever you're straightening up a board, so often you're going to end up getting a little bit high in the middle. And I don't care if the board is 12 inches long or 12 feet long. We all seem to do this. We tend to press out at the edges of the board when we're doing this. There's a few of us that are special and don't do it. So my grain direction is going this way, but I find I've got a little bit to take off there. In this case, it isn't a whole lot. What I like to do is just get this little hump out that's right here. I don't believe the camera will show it. That's why I drew it. And I just take and flip it around, go against the grain, make sure my plane's not grabbing too much. And then just take a couple of little light strokes and I'll check it. And that's real close, maybe a couple, two more. And then I'll check it against square. And what's going on here is, one, it grabs against the grain so that it bites nicely. And then the other thing it does is it kind of, as long as you're not making too long of a thing, the sole and heel, runs on this and it keeps it square. So you end up with a pretty straight and pretty square board. I really don't know how much that's going to show, but now I have a much straighter board and it stayed square with itself. And with that, that's my two tips and tricks for the day. Thank you.